Hey guys, it's Morgan Zegers, and if you're a normal American seeing the $7 per gallon gas prices, the border crisis, the nightmare in Afghanistan, and the dystopian tyranny coming out of Washington, D.C., you've probably been a little too busy to recognize or notice even that our world elites did another one of those weird events where they all fly in their private planes to a conference and then get told by a teen activist star named Greta that the world is going to end soon because of the evil average people's selfish consumerism and consumption. Well, it happened again. This week, 30,000 people flew to Scotland for the UN's COP26 climate conference. And of course, a bunch of these planes were private planes to shuttle the billionaires and the rich people and the elitist leaders. And one of them was Jeff Bezos, but they all took their private planes because climate change and stuff, I guess. Conservative predictions say the carbon dioxide released from just the private planes is equal to the amount emitted by 1,600 people in an entire year. They clearly take this stuff really seriously. Matt Finch, an activist at the Transport and Environment Campaign Group, pointed out the hypocrisy, and he said, quote, "It cannot be stressed enough how bad private jets are for the environment. It is the worst way to travel by miles." End quote. So they could travel in their private planes and say that they're going to save the world at these conferences, but it's us average Americans who are selfish for eating beef and driving a truck and even daring to live in rural areas where a car or a truck is needed to drive from location to location. But if you ask me, the way these elites ignore their own rules and scary threats of impending doom reminds me a lot of COVID-19 and the way the rich and powerful just don't comply with the rules that they pass onto us. It also reminds me of COVID the way our leaders keep saying that climate change is a global crisis. President Joe Biden even said that climate change is the existential threat to humanity. So if they were willing to do what they did to us to stop a virus with a 99% survival rate, then imagine what they plan to do for climate change if they're telling us it's going to lead to the end of humanity unless it's solved. You see where I'm going there? Beyond the hypocrisy and fear-mongering of the population into obedience, some of the other noteworthy things that happened at this conference included, Joe Biden apparently falling asleep during the opening speech, and my personal favorite was a video that came out of Greta Thunberg chanting, "You can shove your climate crisis up your ass." I found it pretty entertaining to watch. My favorite take on the whole thing, though, comes from Ben Shapiro, who tweeted, quote, "Climate change can only be stopped if tens of thousands of us fly to climate change conferences to be shamed by Greta Thunberg. It's the only way."